Hey everyone, welcome to another vlog, or a video, or whatever. Anyways, I saw this video on IGN where they ranked the X-Men movies, and for some weird reason they included Deadpool, and so that kind of confused me. I mean, I know in the comic books he's at one point was part of the X-Men, but in the movie universe, he's not. Because if you've watched Deadpool the movie, you would know that he said that he'll think about joining X-Men. Not so technically, he's not actually a part of X-Men. So I am not going to include Deadpool because, like I said, he hasn't technically joined the X-Men. So, anyways, first, I'm going to go from worst to best. So, worst will be X-Men 3, The Last Stand. And the main reason why I say that is because a lot of the storyline wasn't that great, and like most people do when they talk about the reviewing of this movie, they kind of glossed over the Dark Phoenix saga stuff, and that was kind of sucky in a way, because pretty much what it was Jean and the Dark Phoenix fighting over each other throughout the whole movie, and what happened to just regular Phoenix? I mean, she has a part in this too. I mean, so I don't get that. No offense to Kelsey Grammer, but the Beast wasn't that great. So, anyways, just little things like that. Next, a Wolverine's origin movie. It wasn't that great. I mean, it wasn't terrible. I mean, I've seen worse movies than it, but it just wasn't that great, in my opinion, at least. Next, I'll have to go with X-Men 2, I guess. That's another movie that kind of was good, but wasn't that great, in my opinion. I still liked the movie. I still thought it was a good movie. It's just, I just don't feel like it was one of their better movies, in my opinion, at least. So, there's that. Next would be, in my opinion, I guess I'd have to go with X-Men Apocalypse, and I hate doing this too because I actually really like the movie, but it's just I don't know. They're just little things here and there that kind of annoyed me, but there are things like them giving the idea that the Phoenix is going to happen at some point within the next two movies, because if you watched the commentary at the very end, they kind of hinted on another two more movies, so there's that. Or no, three more movies. So, anyways, so there's that. Next, it's gonna be a tie between X-Men First Class and the Wolverine, and the main reason why is because both movies were actually really good, and I can't really see either one surpassing each other, so that's why I'm going with a tie. What is there? I know there's X-Men Days of Future Past and X-Men. Alright, so I guess next would be X-Men. I feel like that one out of all the original three was the best, in my opinion. Even though I wish it had Nightcrawler, it didn't, and that was kind of a downer on my part, and that's one of the reasons why it's not number one or the last one I'm going to mention. And yeah, but besides that, it was a great way to introduce the X-Men. I loved it, and it really introduced the character Wolverine. They spot on picked him. Like, oh my god, Hugh Jackman is amazing. And I am super sad that, as far as I know, unless he's just doing guest spots like he did with X-Men Apocalypse, that he will no longer be playing the character of Wolverine after Old Man Logan. I don't know if that's what they're going to call it, but that's what most people are thinking about, or that's what they're calling it at this moment. And so yeah. Anyways, last but not least, X-Men: Days of Future Past. This story was amazing. I loved it. If you ever seen the X-Men cartoon series, the original, not the okay versions that came afterwards, then they kind of did it in a couple of episodes, which I thought was pretty cool, and I think was one of the reasons why there is even a X-Men Days of Future Past. So if you haven't seen it before, I would suggest checking it out. It's either called X-Men, the animated series, or just X-Men. I'm not sure. So check it out. Honorable mention, I will say, would be Deadpool. Deadpool would have been number 2 on the list because it was that damn awesome. But anyways, so when everyone just good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, and goodbye.